Well, all right, we're back. It's another episode of Tiki Talking Backyard Adventures. And once again, my name is John Carlo, your captain of cocktails down here at the Mahalo Saloon in my Tiki Village bar in the woods. So let's get behind the bar and make another drink. Come on. All right, it is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. It's almost Valentine's Day. I'm not going to be home for another 2 weeks. I'm on the road in Kentucky working. But I figure while I'm here, I'm going to have a nice little cocktail. Well, not really a cocktail. It's just a good old-fashioned drink. Since I've been in Kentucky, I've been drinking some good old Jim Beam while I'm up there because, you know, it's good old Kentucky bourbon. Of course, when I was in Tennessee, I was drinking some Jack. Got to stop at the distillery on the way up. It's pretty cool. So I saw the Jack Daniel's distillery, the Jim Beam distillery. There's also a couple other ones up there that are really nice. The whole bourbon trail, if you would call it. So it's really cool to be up there. Beautiful mountains this time of the year. But it's fucking cold up there, too. It was ice and snow this past week. And obviously, trying to stay warm, had me a nice little bottle of Jim Beam. And this is Jim Beam Rye, which I really, really like. My mom got me on this. She had this bottle of Jim Beam Rye. I never saw it. I was like, wait a minute. I've seen the Jim Beam Rye. It's usually the white bottle. Looks just like Jim Beam. But it says Rye on it. I'm like, okay, great. But then I saw this one. This is the Jim Beam Rye pre-prohibition style. And basically the difference is it's 90 proof as opposed to your 80 proof. So a little more higher proof. Got a nice little bite. Absolutely delicious. It doesn't really have that Jim Beam taste. Like a regular old Jim White label that most of you out there know and love. But this is fantastic for the price. Up there in Kentucky, it was only about $22. So fantastic price. Bang for the buck. And drinking neat. It's a nice little sipper. It's delicious. Made my mom a really incredible old-fashioned with it, with this, with the rye, and she absolutely loved it. I think it was probably the best old-fashioned she had, she said. Usually we use Maker Mark, but I think I got switched over to this Jim Beam Rye pre-prohibition style for my old-fashions. Highly recommend it. But today we're going to make a drink. This is called the Jim Rickey, because it's Valentine's Day. So you got to have a little Jim Rickey, maybe a little hickey, and then you get a little sticky and licky. Right? Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, from Kinnicky. If anybody knows Greece. A hickey from Kinnicky is like a Hallmark card. It's sending its very best. So, without further ado, we're going to make the Jim Rickey so you can get a hickey on Valentine's Day. So, simple cocktail. It's got to be rye and it's got to be Jim. So, Jim Rye. Going 2 ounces of your Jim Rye. I'm going to go 2.5. I'm feeling extra Kinnicky-ish. All right, so we got 2.5 ounces of our Jim Rye, because this is just delicious stuff right here. And then we're going to do fresh lime. Nice, freshly squozen lime in your shaker. Now, of course, you can always build it in your glass, stir it. You're just putting lime and liquor basically in there. You can stir it, but I just like to shake things up. I just like shaking shit. Out the window she goes. Let's get the other half of that lime in there. Out the window. Oh no, we can't go out the window. We gotta have it for garnish. Oh, I caught myself. That's like a balk. So we're gonna cut that up for a little garnish as well. Yes, I say that. All right, there it is. Fresh lime as well. Put that on the side. All right. So now let's put some ice in our shaker. Just put the lid on this thing. Take it for a ride. Nice and cold, like a lot of lonely hearts on Valentine's Day. Which is really just a Hallmark fucking holiday. All right, let's get our ice in our glass. Now, I usually use a tall boy, but we've been in Kentucky. We're going to use a little mason jar. And we're going to pour our Jim Beam and lime juice right on in, followed by a little topper of some club soda. Just a little. Top it off with a little club soda. and garnish with your lime. That's it. That's it. Pretty simple, straightforward drink. That is the Jim Rickey. Just take a little sippy. I love it. You get that nice rye note, little spice. This stuff is fantastic. I'll tell you, if you get a chance, if you can find it. Honestly, it's kind of hard to find. I have never found this here where I live here in Noonan. I have been able to find the Jim Beam rye pre-prohibition style. Plenty of the white label rye Jim Beam, but not the pre-prohibition. You got the double oak, you got the Devil's Cut 7-year. But again, my mom got me up. She had this in her bar, and I was like, I'm going to try it. And then, of course, going up into Kentucky, it was like, well, it's got to be up there. And yeah, it was up there, and it was not expensive, which that's definitely for my liking. So, again, $22 bottle in Kentucky. Around here is probably 25 to 29, depending where you're at, maybe 30. I've seen it a little higher, maybe 33. It's worth it, but for 22, it's a hell of a deal. It's a bargain. So, highly recommend the Jim Beam pre-prohibition style. And I'm just going to sip on this thing again. That's just delightful. Well, I got to head back to Kentucky another 2 weeks. And we'll make something else when I get back. So, till then, you all have a great day. Cheers. Mahalo. Happy Valentine's Day. Get you a little hickey-kicky, kanicki, licky-licky with that Jim Rickey.